Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, Tubi, the free streaming service, bigger than Disney Plus, Paramount, and Peacock. We'll tell you what's happening there and the surprising growth of free ad-supported streaming services. Fubo has lost another RSN network. We'll talk about what's happening over at Fubo. And streaming services are using bundles to kind of lock you in to keep you paying. Talked about that, but there's a new study that breaks it down even more. We're going to jump into these stories and a whole lot more here in a quick second. First, though, if you want to learn more about these stories, I do put a link to each one I talk about in the show notes and in the first pinned comment so you can read them for yourself. Second, could you help us grow? Could you let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here? Just hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so they recommend our videos to more people. With that said, let's dive into it. Tubi, according to a report from the Los Angeles Times, is now more popular than Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Peacock, and other streaming services. According to this report, Tubi averaged 1 million viewers during May 2024, so that's 1 million people watching at any given time. That's more than Disney Plus had at 969,000, and only behind YouTube. Only YouTube averaged more viewers. Let's be honest, YouTube is so far ahead. YouTube's just dominance is amazing. But it's very interesting to see Tubi, free ad-supported streaming service. Now, they're not the only one doing well, but there are others like Pluto TV and more also seeing strong growth. But Tubi has kind of jumped out. I think last year's Super Bowl helped them. If you remember, they had a very effective commercial to promote Tubi. I think that really got their name. What I thought was really interested in this, and I want to ask you a question. One of the big things we talk about with these free ad-supported streaming services are the free channels. You know, Pluto TV launches directly into it. Tubi instead goes to the on-demand area. According to Tubi, on-demand content is the number one thing people watch on their service, as opposed to going into their live channels to watch a 24/7 Bob Barker Price is Right channel, which I'm still kind of addicted to, I won't lie. So question for you. When you go to things like Pluto TV, Tubi, the Roku channel, Freevee, are you watching on demand or are you watching the live channels? I often use them as just something for the background. I want to throw something on. I'm maybe paying some bills, cleaning the house. Who knows what I'm doing, but it's background noise. And I find these are very effective for that. Do you do that? What's your thoughts on using Tubi and all that? Are you for the live TV or are you on demand? I'm more on the live TV side, but I do use the on demand. Leave me a comment, let me know. And I'll be interested to see if we see other services that are more focused on the live side flip and become more focused on the on demand after seeing the success of Tubi doing that. All right, Fubo has lost another channel. Fubo has lost the RSN, Monumental Sports Network. Somebody leave me a comment. This is in the Washington, D.C. area. It used to be called something else. Was it NBC? I apologize. I should have looked this up before the video, but I need your help. Okay, researchers, what was the Monumental Sports Network, the regional RSN, before it changed its name? Well, it's the home to the Washington Capitals, Washington NBA Wizards, and the WNBA Washington Mystics games. Now, with this, Fubo has lost them. Fubo says they made an effort but was unable to reach a deal. Fubo has announced that they will not be offering credits to their customers. No changes there. And they do not have any statement on if or when this channel will return. Now, Monumental Sports Network did send us a message with their statement. It says, unlike Fubo, we remain committed to women's sports and serving the DC sports fans. We urge our fans to consider accessing other pay TV providers or subscribing to their, I'm just going to skip ahead, to their own standalone service. Increasingly, this is becoming more and more popular. We just saw Comcast drop Bally Sports recently. I don't know if that's ever coming back. If it doesn't, is a major impediment to Bally Sports getting out bankruptcy plans. I think a few things happening here. For one, Fubo is feeling a lot of pressure. Let's be honest, they are. The loss of Warner Bros. Discovery content hurts them. The launch of Venue Sports this fall, which is a sports-focused live TV streaming service with 16 sports channels and none of the other stuff out there, definitely hurts them. We'll have to see what the price point on that to see how much it hurts them. But Fubo has lost other RSNs recently. They have renewed Bally Sports, though. It's one of the few places you can stream Bally Sports as a cord cutter. And then now they've lost this sports network. We'll keep a very close eye on this, but I suspect Bally Sports, Fubo is struggling with justifying the high cost of these RSNs without having to raise their price. I'm sure they would love to renew this, but I'm sure they're facing this question. At what point do we have our subscribers walk away from us because we're charging too much because these networks want too much money? On the flip side, if we don't have the networks, would people keep subscribing to us? Now, Fubo is suing Fox, Disney, and Warner Bros. Discovery over their new streaming service. We'll see how that comes out. I don't think you can say that was the only reason that they failed to reach a renewal deal, but I'm sure it did not help. All right, let's keep moving along here. There's a lot to cover in the world of cord cutting. Get your prediction in. Will Fubo be here at the end of the year? 5 year? 10 years? Do you think Fubo is going to be the winner? Do you think they get out of this rough patch and become as successful? Many people are big believers in Fubo. Where do you stand? All right, if you're looking for some great summer movies, James came out with a list of 5 summer movies. I'll put a link to it in the show notes. Question of the day for you. What is your all-time favorite summer movie? What would you recommend? All right, I don't need to know where to watch it. Just leave me a comment. What movie do you think people should watch to enjoy summer? We're about to enjoy a long streak of 90-plus degree weather, maybe even triple digits. We'll see up here in Michigan. Very unusual for Michigan. I think somebody said this is the first 90-plus degree days where it's so many in a row since like 2012, over 10 years ago. So what movie on a hot, very humid Michigan day should I be watching inside? Leave me a comment and let me know. If you want to see James's list, check out the show notes down below. All right, streaming services are using bundles to keep you subscribed. If you've noticed a lot more bundles showing up, you are not wrong. There are multiple bundled deals coming out. Comcast just last month launched one with Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for a discounted price. Save you about $100 a month. Well, there's a new study out there, Magid, M-A-G-I-D. How do you say that? Let me comment. But they say that subscribers on bundles are far less likely to unsubscribe. Churn, the idea that people subscribe for a month or two to a service and then cancel it and switch to something different, is a major issue in the world of streaming. Having bundles means that, for example, you get a really good deal on Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Well, maybe there's nothing on Disney Plus I want to watch today, but there's something on Hulu I'll be willing to watch, and maybe ESPN Plus next week. Because of that, I'm less likely to rotate my services, more likely to keep subscribed with it. Look for this to become more common. They say this is helping to lock in subscribers and address the churn aspect of this. Also allows deals. Now, you don't have to get the bundle. If you just want Disney Plus, it's still available as a standalone streaming service. You don't have to get the bundle. But if you do, you save a little bit of money, and the company thinks that you're more likely to stay subscribed. Probably true. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about that. All right, DirecTV today is rolling out an improvement to its unlimited DVR. Previously, if you were on the unlimited DVR plan, you had a cap of how many episodes per show you could record. That cap is now going away. You can record as many Family Guy episodes as you want and keep them until they expire or you get rid of them. This is a great improvement. It brings them more in line with what Fubo and YouTube TV does. And it's becoming kind of the gold standard. If you don't have an unlimited DVR, you're starting to stand out as maybe not one of the best options for cord cutting. I think DirecTV sees that, so they have launched the ability for you to go get unlimited DVR and unlimited recording. That's rolling out today. If you're still on the older plan, no changes if you're on one of the limited DVR plans. But if you switch to an unlimited one, that takes effect today. You ready to maybe pay more for internet? Local governments want to tax internet service as they do cable television. Now, local governments are caught in the middle here with the growth of cord cutting. They see a drop in revenue. We saw a report recently that in the first quarter of last year, the city of Baltimore saw cable TV revenues from their cable TV taxes result in a $1.3 billion or $1.3 million, deficit. Now, a growing number of companies I'm trying to read and talk. It doesn't always work. My apologies. All right. A growing number of cities like Portland, Oregon are asking the FCC to allow them to tax internet like they do for cable television. Now with this, they estimate $3.75 billion in revenue could come into local governments to address a shortfall and replace lost revenue from cable television. Currently though, the FCC says you cannot double tax a company. If you're taxing them for television on your lines, you cannot also tax them for internet. I apologize that I was reading ahead to that $1 billion number and trying to talk about the $1 million number, and I screwed that up. I apologize. But with this, the FCC is seeing a growing number of cities petition them to change their rules and allow them to go and have unlimited cable television or and internet billing with this. I don't know why it's doing that. My apologies. But we'll get moving real quick. This is our last story. Now, for a long time, the so-called mixed-use network rule prevents them from doing this. They are petitioning and asking the FCC to change that rule, and they feel pretty confident that they're going to be successful. So far, the FCC has made it clear that they do not want to. This is not done. If they do not win now, they're going to continue to try to tax internet. The reason being, cities got very fat on getting money from cable companies. They charge them a franchise fees and all kinds of stuff to run wires through their neighborhood, through the cities right away, and city poles and all kinds of different things to bring cable television. Well, now cable television's dying off and it's going over to high-speed internet. So now they want to tax high-speed internet instead. This will be a battle that will go on for years. Mark my words, we are far from seeing this come to an end. So question, should local governments be able to tax internet like they do cable television? Or do you think they shouldn't, like the current rules, shouldn't be able to double dip on both? Leave me a comment and let me know. Well, you know what? Blooper City today. I apologize. It's Father's Day. I'm recording this very late on Father's Day. I've had a long day. I went golfing with my father. Very blessed to have my father around. It was great. He still beat me in golf, but that's okay. I had a lot of fun with him. Playing some of the best golf I've had since my hip surgery a few years ago. I hope you had a fantastic Father's Day. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. If you have a question for me, I didn't get any questions over the weekend. Sometimes that happens. Leave me a comment. Start off with something like a question for Luke, and I'll answer it in one of the future videos. I would appreciate your support. Sometimes I answer them in the comments. Sometimes I answer them here in a video. If I don't answer it, re-ask it, because I probably just missed it in the flood of the hundreds and thousands of comments that come in every month. Until tomorrow, take care, be safe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. I really appreciate your support. I'll see you all again real soon.